Have you ever been the reason someone snapped? I was working the drive-thru at McDonald's on a Tuesday morning when this guy in a BMW pulled up to my window. Nice car, expensive watch, clean-shaven, looked like he had his life together. "Can I get a large coffee, Black?" he asked politely. Simple order. I grabbed the cup, filled it with our hottest brew, and snapped on the lid. But when I handed it to him through the window, the lid wasn't on tight, and coffee spilled all over his crisp white dress shirt. "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." I immediately grabbed a handful of napkins, but he was already soaked from chest to waist. His face went completely blank, just staring down at his shirt like he couldn't process what just happened. "Sir, I can get you more napkins, maybe a refund. I have a job interview in 20 minutes, he said quietly, still not looking up. My stomach dropped. The coffee was still dripping from his shirt onto his dress pants. "I'm really sorry. Let me get my manager." 20 minutes, he repeated, but louder now. His hands started shaking. "Do you know how long I've been unemployed? 9 months. He was gripping his steering wheel so tight his knuckles went completely white. "This was my last clean shirt," he said, voice cracking. "My last clean interview shirt." I tried to hand him more napkins through the window, but he swatted them away violently, sending coffee drops flying everywhere. "You just ruined everything," he screamed at the top of his lungs. "Everything!" He grabbed the coffee cup and threw it back through my window, hot liquid splashing across my face and uniform. Then he started punching his dashboard repeatedly, each hit making this awful cracking sound. "Sir, please calm down." "Calm down?" He was crying now, actual tears streaming down his face. "I've been living in my car for 3 weeks. This interview was my last chance before I lose everything." That's when I really looked inside his BMW for the first time. There were blankets wadded up in the back seat, a duffel bag stuffed with clothes, empty fast food containers scattered everywhere. A stack of rejection letters was rubber banded together on his passenger seat. The expensive watch was probably fake. The BMW was likely his last possession before complete homelessness. My manager, Janet, appeared behind me at the window. "What's going on out here?" The man looked at both of us, then down at his coffee-stained shirt, then just completely broke down, sobbing into his hands. "I can't do this anymore," he whispered between gasps. "I just can't." Janet took one look at the situation and disappeared from the window. I stood there awkwardly, not knowing what to say to this crying stranger who was clearly at his breaking point. "Look," I said quietly, "maybe we can figure something out. What size shirt do you wear?" He looked up at me with red, swollen eyes. "Large." "Why?" I held up one finger and ran to the back office where Janet was already digging through our supply closet. "We've got promotional polo shirts," she said, holding up a navy blue McDonald's shirt. "It's not dress shirt material, but it's clean and professional looking." I grabbed it and ran back to the window. "Here," I said, handing it to him. "It's not perfect, but you're giving me a shirt?" he asked, like he couldn't believe it. "Take it. There's a gas station bathroom 2 blocks down where you can change." He stared at the shirt for a long moment, then looked back up at me. Fresh tears were forming in his eyes, but these seemed different. "Why would you help me? I just screamed at you and threw coffee in your face." I shrugged. "Because everyone deserves a chance." Janet appeared at my shoulder and pressed a $20 bill into my hand. "Give him this too, for gas money or whatever he needs." The man's mouth fell open when I handed him the money. "I can't take this." "Yes, you can," Janet said firmly. "Go ace that interview." He sat there for another moment, clutching the shirt and the 20, then put his car in drive. "Thank you," he said, and I could barely hear him. "Thank you both." He drove off toward the gas station, and I watched him disappear around the corner. Janet patted my shoulder. That was the right thing to do. 3 hours later, during my lunch break, the same BMW pulled back into our parking lot. The man got out wearing the McDonald's polo shirt, but he was standing taller now, smiling. He walked straight to our counter and asked for me by name. "I got the job," he said, grinning from ear to ear. "They loved that I was wearing a McDonald's shirt to a fast food management interview. Said it showed I wasn't too proud to work anywhere." He handed me a $50 bill. "This is for you and your manager. I start Monday." I tried to refuse the money, but he insisted. "That coffee spill was the best thing that ever happened to me," he said. "It led me to people who actually cared."